Hello, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. Welcome to Celebrating Black Excellence. Our next guest is a returning guest. He is a Davidson Fine Arts alum. He is also a songwriter, producer, and now Grammy Award winner. I present to you Charles Chizzy Stevens. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Doing wonderful. Not as wonderful as you, though. Congratulations, Grammy Award winner. Congratulations on
Thank
that,
you.
man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, last time we did chat, you were a Grammy nominated producer. Now you're a Grammy Award winner. How's that feeling for you, man, to now be a winner?
It felt great. Just like, you know, been working at this for so long, and that's been like one of my goals since I even knew what it was. So to finally get that, it definitely feels great.
Nice, absolutely. And if you guys want to check out our interview that we did previously, you can always go to our website at WJBF.com for sure. All right, now, so let's get started as far as you produced and you wrote on the song Moonlight from Chris
Yes.
Brown's album 1111, the deluxe version. It won Best R&B album. Now, let's talk about the process. What was your mindset when you wrote and produced on the song Moonlight?
Yeah. Honestly, the whole process was organic. I was in with my friends, Tristan, Danye, and Jesse, and we were working on songs for Chris. So we kind of had at least knew what we were going to do. But when we got into the studio, we was just like, just kind of catching up. And Tristan had brought up the idea of like sampling something. And so we were tossing around some ideas, and then he tossed around city pop. So city pop is just kind of like this Japanese pop funk, like 80s music. And so we just went through the playlist, found a song that we wanted to sample. And so I kind of started building the beat off of this one sample from this song called Sky Restaurant. So I started building chords around it and started like this drum beat. And literally we just started kind of like just doing melodies. And then Danye had started this melody that ended up becoming the chorus of Moonlight. The dun, 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 dun. And so kind of at that moment, that's when we was like, all right, now we're heading somewhere. And that's like hearing that was what inspired like the idea of the concept of Moonlight. And literally from there, we just kind of started writing just from that perspective of just this vivid like love song. Cause you don't really hear like positive love songs like that as much. And so we just really wanted to do that and make you feel like, you was floating on cloud nine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what is the process like for you, just overall, when it comes to producing and songwriting? Like, what's that process like for you?
Yeah, it kind of depends. When I'm by myself, like I like to find some type of like ideas or starters. So whether that's like a guitar loop, if it's a beat, it's like a very simplified beat. Like I don't like things to be overproduced. So I'll literally start with an idea, and then I'll just go in and start freestyling melodies. Sometimes I'll have like little lines that might inspire something. And so if I have that in the back of my mind while I'm freestyling melodies, that'll kind of come out and then it'll kind of start to develop. So that's kind of how I work when I'm by myself on the songwriting side. For like producing, kind of the same thing actually. Like I like to look for sounds, like things that just kind of piques my interest, whether it's a cool guitar lick or a chord progression, or in the case of Moonlight, like a cool sample. And then yeah, that just gets my brain going.
Now, you worked with Chris Brown before. Like, what has the process been like working with him over the years?
Yeah, it's been kind of two different ways. The most recent stuff has been us writing, me and my collaborators writing songs and then pitching the songs over. So that was like for this album, and then on the last one, Breezy, which had got nominated for a Grammy. That one was another one. It was another situation where we got into the studio. We wrote this song called "Forbidden," and it was a song I sent over. And in that one, the actual demo version is completely different from the finished version. And so he had some really cool ideas about like what to do with the track wise. So I ended up creating like a new track around the ideas that he had, which was pretty cool. And then the other song on there, Show It, was a song that was actually brought in on the production. Like they kind of had the vibe, the track already going, and they needed me to come in and kind of redo some of the guitars and add some things on the production. So that one was a little bit different. So yeah, it just kind of depends on the process. I just want to be able to, contribute and create and make something great.
Absolutely. And you are continuing to do that as well. And we are definitely proud of you. And we're continuing to root for you as you are doing the great things that you're doing. Now, who are some of your influences when it comes to music?
Yeah, I kind of like to go back to the 16, 17-year-old me in the bedroom. So, I was looking up to like Pharrell, Scott Storch, Timbaland, those Dr. Dre, like those are like a lot of my inspirations. Juicy J, 3 6 Mafia, just like from the production standpoint and like them working with artists and building their teams and stuff. And then when it comes to like music, like in general, like I'm always listening to different types of music, whether that's I mean in the car it's usually hip hop, but like at home it's like R&B, folk music, pop music, country music. Like it's literally everything. Like my music palette is across the board. There'll even be times where I just sit and listen to 80s music. Like I love 80s music, or I'll have a day where it's just 90s. So I just literally try to keep my mind just full of, different music. And I think that just helps to expand my music palette as well when creating.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now that you are a Grammy Award winner, what are you working on next? What's next for you? What you got going on?
Yeah, definitely want to win a couple more. I'll definitely take that. So that's definitely the next goal. I definitely want to win more and even more categories: pop, country, dance, Latin. That leads me to my next thing. I just started my publishing company, which is called Tunes and Coffee, and we just signed our first songwriter named Martinez, who's from Spain. And so we've been working on his project. He was in LA for a couple months and we cranked out a ton of music. And so we've been working on some new stuff. So yeah, those two, and continuing to build out the company, looking to develop and work with new songwriters and new producers. And so that's really where like I'm heading is it's really building a team, developing and just finding that next new wave of talent to bring to the world.
Absolutely. Now, people are so, they want to be, a lot of people want to be famous. They want to get into the music and different things like that. Whether it be singing, being a producer, whatever. How important is it to actually learn the business when it comes to the music business?
It is so important. And it's, I feel like you don't really learn it until you get into it. Cause even with me, like I went to school for entertainment business and like I learned a lot of stuff and you don't really know it until you actually put it into practice. And I think now that, you have YouTube University, like you have all the material out there, you have podcasts, you got audio books. I mean, the information is out there. You have to be curious enough to go out there and find it. And I just think even when I was a kid, like learning that stuff, even in school, I was still doing my own research, like learning this, like, oh, okay, that's an attorney. All right, what do they do? How do they charge? Or what do managers do? What is a music supervisor? Like I was literally like I would learn that information, but I'd actually try to put it into practice on my own. So yeah, definitely I think learning the music business and like being curious about that stuff. And I think it'll help you as a creator because once you learn the business, you'll learn to view yourself as a business and that'll help when it comes to making money in the music business.
Nice. Are there any dream artists that you would like to work with in the future?
Yes, Beyonce, Rihanna. I think those are my top two. Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I'll do top three: Beyonce, Rihanna, and Doja Cat.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Good list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For people that are watching and or listening, is there any advice that you can give someone right now? As far as like wanting to get into music, wanting to get into entertainment business, what advice can you give someone that's watching or listening right now?
Yeah, I would say go back to like just being curious, like learning as much as you can, like studying the music and like listen intent like with intention. Like if you're a songwriter listening to a song, listen to one of your favorite songs and why is that your favorite song? Is it the mood of the song? Is it the lyrics? Is it the singer? Is it the chorus? And pay attention to different parts. Like why is the chorus so catchy? What parts are they repeating in the chorus? Where does the melody start? Does the melody start on the downbeat, does there an intro coming into it? Like listen to those things intentionally. So I would say that as a songwriter. Also just in general, like I always say be delusional, like have big goals and just make sure that your work ethic matches that. If you like I want to work with Beyonce, so I'm making sure I'm doing what I need to do to eventually get there. Whether I get there or not, it doesn't matter. I just know that I'm putting in the work to do that. And so I think, yeah, be delusional and just make sure your work ethic matches that and just continue going. And then the last thing I would say is building a team, like working with the people that are to the left of you. So if you're in school right now, like when I was in high school, like my friends I made music with, those were the first people I started making music with and started learning. So the people to the left of you, start creating with them, build relationships with them when you go to college. Like the people that are around you, start working with them, because those people are eventually going to be the people who are the next big artist, who is the next assistant, who's going to turn into the next CEO. And so I really think that that's important.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. We definitely appreciate it. Now, if people want to continue to follow your journey or they want to learn more about you, how can they do so?
Yes, I'm on Instagram at your boy Chizzy, YABOYCHIZZY. Same with Twitter. And on TikTok, it's Chizzy Stevens, CHIZZYSTEPHENS.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, man. Again, congratulations. Grammy Award winner. We definitely appreciate you, and we definitely are proud of all the work that you're doing, man.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. This is Celebrate Black Excellence. We celebrate Black Excellence every day. Have a good one.